Okay world, this is a video about changing the water filter on a Hotpoint side-by-side refrigerator. Let me see if I can... Okay. Anyways, this is a Hotpoint, otherwise known as also GE, model HSS25GFPAWW. GE Hotpoint refrigerator. It's about changing the water filter. So water filter's gotten slow again. The water flow rather has gotten, oh, that would be ice cubes. Okay, water flow is down to, see if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, it's not terrible, but the water doesn't taste as good as it did. It's been 6 months to a year, so you're supposed to change these every 6 months. So bought a new filter. The new filter in the fridge looks like that. I've cleared the area where I'm gonna change the water filter, put a little drip pan under there just in case some water drips out. And this is the box, a GE Smart Water refrigerator filter replacement cartridge, MWF, Mary Whiskey Frank. So there's a little MWF on the bottom there, bottom left hand corner. GE refrigerator filter replacement cartridge. Okay, we're opening the box here, and so it's all sealed up in nice saran wrap, which is nice. MWF cartridge, it says again on the bottom there. And give me a second here, I gotta open this packaging. So I've read the instructions. I got my owner's manual from the refrigerator book. I always keep them all in the same cabinet, up in a cabinet. I got all my manuals up there, and if the manuals drive you crazy, I always have the tequila right beside it. So anyways, there's all the manuals. Hotpoint.com. Looks like side-by-side refrigerators, page 6, and just says basically change the water filter every 6 months. And I'll even video this page if it comes out. We will see. So I'll try to hold it steady and so everybody could read, and that way it will be up long enough. If it's in focus, I will see this. I've never done this before. We'll see if a page can be on focus. Okay. Anyways, just says basically replace it every 6 months. If the flow gets low, which it is, if you're replacing the cartridge first, remove the old one by slowly turning it to the left. They don't say anything about turning off the water, so I know I can turn off the water outside, behind the refrigerator. There's a new angle stop, and you should always be prepared to turn off the water just in case the automatic shutoff valve inside the place where the filter goes up into there. It sounds like what they have is an automatic shutoff valve up there, like Kuno water filters do in the commercial industry. So anyways, when you turn it to the left a quarter of a turn, the automatic shutoff valve in it shuts the water flow off. So as long as that works, we won't have a flood. Otherwise, we're going to have a seriously fun video. Anyways, apply the month and year sticker. I recommend they want you to put on when the filter is supposed to be replaced. I recommend you put right on the install date. That's what I do, because then you know every date. That's the earliest that was put in. And then you know that you can just, count 6 months down the road from that, or however long. You can go, okay, I put it in that day, and you can figure how long you want to leave it in. So I don't recommend putting the date like 6 months from now, because then 6 months from now you go, or a year from now, you go, did I put that in 6 months ago, or did I put that in 12 months ago and put in the date it was supposed to be changed? So anyways, I always put the earliest date, so you know that, anyways. You understand what I'm getting at. Anyways, they say fill the replacement cartridge with water from the tap to allow for better flow from the dispenser. Okay, we'll do that. Lining up the arrow on the cartridge and cartridge holder, place the top of the new cartridge up inside the holder. Do not push it up into the holder. Slowly turn it to the right till the filter cartridge stops. Do not over tighten. As you turn the cartridge, it will automatically raise itself into position. Cartridge will rotate about a half a turn. Run water from the dispenser for about 3 minutes, about 1.5 gallons to clear the system and prevent sputtering. Yeah, all new filters that have carbon in them will have carbon dust in them. Maybe not. These things don't seem to have that much. I've never really seen much dust. They're really expensive. These things are cartridges are like $35. So that's the cheapest I found them. If anybody has found them cheaper, let me know. That would be cool. But the cheapest I've found them is $35 at like Home Depot, Lowe's, that sort of thing. So anyways, always when you install a new water filter, always purge it. Like fill a I use a, what do you call a saucepan? For the stovetop. I put it in there and fill it up a few times. Make sure you flush it out, because the carbon dust, then you'll flush any carbon dust that might be have been shaken around on it. Anyways, if you don't use a water filter to use this fridge, you have to use a bypass plug. I remember that came with the fridge. God knows where that is now. But anyways, if you don't use a filter, you got to put a bypass plug, because that probably activates the water valve in that thing, so you can have flow through the system to feed your ice maker and water, so you can still use your ice maker and water thing. It just wouldn't be filtered water. So anyway, let me unpackage this thing real quick. And this is what a smart filter cartridge, MWF cartridge. Okay, and I am going to use the scissors to break the plastic here. Pull the plastic off, and removing. Let's see what we're doing. See if I can do this. Let's remove. Keeps the dirt out. Do this. Okay. Put that on the box. Alright, so I'm gonna fill the thing up like what they said. Fill the replacement cartridge with water from the tap to allow for better flow from the dispenser immediately after installation. So I've always found it does pay to follow instructions. So I'm going to wipe off the top of this thing that had the sticky thing on there, and give the whole thing a little wipe. And do appear to have a little bit of carbon kind of debris or something in that hole. There's no grease or anything in there. It is a good idea. Also, what it does when you're putting the water in here, it doesn't take much water, just filled up in a second. Yeah, doesn't take squat. Anyways, what it does help is it lubricates. Water is a lubricant in the world of ice machines and all that kind of stuff. It does help with a little lubrication on the O-ring, quite possibly. So anyways, let's see if this works. Whoa, that was fun. Water filter almost took a dive. Hang on a second here. That was eventful. Okay, these water filters don't have flat bottoms on them. I wish they, or they kind of do, but I guess they got a little flat bottom on them. But anyways, let's try this again. Okay, so turn the, what do they say on there? They say turn the water filter, turn it to the left, do not pull down. So let's turn to the left about a half a turn and do not pull down. Hey, comes off just like that, and looks pretty nice. And I forgot to write my date on my new filter. So people, okay, hang on a second here. I want to take the Sharpie, and I'm writing the date right now. Got to figure out where I want to put this date on here to make it look good. I'm going to put it on the side here. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. Installed. And of course, I don't know what the date is today. I think it's like, oh, 8/7 or something today. Let me see what we got here. The 6th. So here, installed 8/6/2012. Okay, just used a Sharpie right here